Why does manifestation seem so complicated? If you want to know the answer to that, then stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I am the funniest, wittiest mindset coach here on YouTube. Also think I am the best hype you up rampage queen, period. Anyways, if you'd like one-on-one coaching with me, links will be in the description box below, as well as links to, you know what, I think Nikki and I are going to have a sale for Mother's Day. Keep your eyes out for that. We'll also have links to SP course. I'll probably be doing another boot camp at the end of the month. If you want a personalized rampage by me, the Hype Up Queen, that link will be in the description box below too, because you can have a personal rampage by me with your affirmations, facts. And there'll also be a link for the VIP group where Nikki and I do live coaching once a week where it's lit, legit, and what you get your fucking shit. And it's like its own mini Vegas. Yeah, good times there. We love to talk all things manifestation. You hear more about our personal journeys. And you can ask your manifestation questions in that group setting. So without further ado, of course, my calendar, got to do that. Cannot make a video. Well, I could, but I try not to without talking about this. What the fresh hell is this? If you're thinking that, it's probably that you've manifested some nasty ass bullshit in your 3D reality that you don't want. Because as a wise person once said, fuck this shit. Yeah. Fuck the shit in your 3D reality, the bullshit, the hood shit, the things that you don't want, and you can go ahead and transcend that shit. I don't really necessarily prefer the word transcend, but, you know, the bullshit, but you can do what? Affirm and persist and change your 3D reality. You can rise above it. You're the fucking operant power. You don't have to put up with any bullshit in your 3D reality if you don't want. You can put it in the trash right where it belongs. Hardcore fact. So, let's get to the topic at hand. Why does manifestation seem so complicated? Well, there's a couple different reasons for that. Reason number one, most of the time when people start their manifestation journey, they have come to manifestation because of some sort of loss. And they have found it through, searching that they were doing, oftentimes on the internet. It might have been through law of attraction. It might have been through whatever searches they were doing, but many people find law of assumption due to a loss of an SP, a breakup of some kind. Sometimes it can be a monetary loss or a job loss, but a lot of people have some sort of a loss. So here they found manifestation. They're embarking on this journey. It's brand new to them. They don't understand the concepts. They don't understand what manifestation is. They're just starting to watch content while they're also interacting with this 3D. So not that I'm into graphs and charts and all that stuff, even though I do like science. It's almost like when you start manifestation, you've got a hump that you've got to overcome. It seems like that's what you're doing. So when you find manifestation, you're having a loss. You're usually having anxiety and all sorts of pain in the 3D while you're trying to figure out how manifestation works. You're trying to grasp the concept. And while it's not necessarily an overly difficult concept, it is simple in many ways. It can seem difficult to understand because it's, first of all, goes against almost everything that we were originally taught. We weren't taught that we were gods of our reality, that we can have anything that we want, that we change our thoughts and our 3D reality, what we experience must conform, it must change to mirror back to us what our dominant thought is. We weren't taught any of that. We were taught what? That life sucks, that that's the way that it is. We were literally taught you can't change anything. Or that if you do have any, change in your life, it's through excessively, extremely hard work. Right? So we have all these assumptions that tell us that the 3D is difficult, that lives are difficult, you can't change people, you can't do this, you can't do that. But they don't really talk about how you can change yourself and bring out an outer change. So to get back to it, a person's new to manifestation. They've had a loss. They're trying to figure out what manifestation is. And so they're starting to utilize or employ the methods of manifestation, like they're having repetition of thought with no matter how they're choosing to repeat that thought, they're affirming, they're visualizing, they're rampaging, they're scripting, whatever that it is, but they're starting to employ it, but they're struggling with the 3D reality to keep a clean mental diet because they have all this pain that they're still dealing with like the SP or around money or whatever the topic is. And so they don't feel like they're getting anywhere and they question whether manifestation actually really works. They might be seeing the opposite. And a lot of times they're struggling to let go of their old story. You know, when you understand how manifestation works, it makes sense to you why, you know, hanging on to the old story, or why having a bunch of wavering or a bunch of negative thinking really can delay your manifestation. But when you're new, you haven't put all that together yet. You haven't figured that out. You haven't figured out how manifestation works for you in regards to what are the easiest ways for you to manifest, or what things can you do in order to persist more in your 3D reality. And so it's like, as this person is going on their journey and they're going over this hump, and, you know, they're probably miserable and thinking manifestation doesn't work, they start to eventually manifest stuff because they're figuring out how it works for them. And so they're manifesting other things because they're working on manifestation abilities. They're affirming their master manifesting, that they always get what they want. Everything's working out for them. They're affirming self-concept. You know, everybody loves and adores me. Everyone showers me with love and affection. Everybody's always giving me shit for free. Maybe they're doing my wouldn't it be funny if list, where they're putting funny things on a list to manifest, and it's things they don't have resistance to, and they're seeing some of those things show up. And so they're gaining confidence as a manifestor, and they're starting to go over the hump. They're getting rid of the old story. They're writing Nikki's infamous fuck you letters. They're affirming and persisting. They finally start to see movement, and then they get over the hump. But it can seem like it's so complicated and difficult at first because it's a whole new concept. You're having to change your whole entire way of thinking. You're having to learn how to persist, navigate the 3D. You're having to learn how affirming fits in your life and what works for you. And it takes time to get to that point. Do some people reach it very quickly? Yes. I'm not trying to give you guys any assumptions that are limiting, but from working with so many people and being on my own journey myself and helping so many other people on their journeys, it seems like that there is this common denominator where people are stuck in an old story. They're having loss. They don't know how manifestation works. They don't know how they manifest. They don't know what they need to do. There's a lot of confusion. And eventually they get to a point where they start to figure it out. They know how to manifest for them, whether it's looping affirmations, you know, having visualizations, etc. And they start having stuff come in and they become confident. And then they start seeing movement in other areas, and they realize that they are the operant power, and they get over that hump, and they realize how manifestation really truly is easy. It was just this journey that for a few minutes to get to that point seemed really complicated and difficult, even though it wasn't. The other reason why manifestation can seem so complicated is just due to everyone as you pushed out. With everyone as you pushed out, what that means is that whatever you think and assume about a concept, person, event, whatever, is what you're going to experience, even down to how you manifest. So if a person has the assumption that they have to, if you saw my meme in the Mermaid Gang where I talked about basically like, you know, LOA teachers or coaches coming around saying that you need to be standing on your head while doing 55 by 5, drinking cups of water in order to manifest, we know that's not true. But it could appear to be true to somebody if that's their assumption on how manifestation works for them. If their assumption is that they have to do 55 by 5 standing on top of their head while, you know, drinking 2 cups of water to shift realities or whatever, that is how it's going to be for them. And why my cat is meowing right now is ridiculous and beyond me, so ignore his bitch ass. But anyway, if that is how things seem for that person, that is how they are going to think that they manifest. And it's only they manifest that way based on their assumption, because it's literally whatever your assumption is. So for the people out there that are like, I can't manifest my SP, everybody can manifest but me, guess what's going to happen? Your God self is going to be like, oh, her dominant thought or his dominant thought is that they can't manifest, or that they can manifest everything but their SP, or everybody else manifests their SP but them. Guess what? We're going to reflect that back to you, mirror that back to you. That is literally how it's going to seem in their 3D reality. If somebody thinks that they need to do 55 by 5 million times and you know, in order to be able to manifest, that is how their 3D reality is going to work. So just the law of assumption alone, even though it is simple and it's basic, leveled out, you know, simplicity, is that literally your dominant thought about a person, topic, event, situation, concept, whatever, is what you experience. And you can change your dominant thought literally just by continuing to affirm, having that repetition of thought, and persist in that, meaning that, you're going to stay laser focused on what you want despite what you see or hear to 3D. Very simple. It's very simple at its basic core, but we make it so complicated because we've got all these teachers out there don't know what the fuck they're talking about shit needs to go in the trash. No, you don't need to do 55 by 5 while standing on your head, juggling 2 cups of water, drinking 1, and scribbling something with your foot in order to get what the fuck you want. You just don't have to do that. Those are hardcore facts. You literally can just affirm and persist and get what you want. But it's going to be based on your assumptions. So if you have these silly ass assumptions that you have to do something ridiculous, or if you have a coach say, well, you've got to let it go, or, you can't want your desire, or, it has to be this or something better, or, what's some of the other bullshit that you've heard? You can drop a comment below. I'd love to hear some of the stupid ass shit that you've heard, but people are out there spewing that and they're in a position of trust. People form those assumptions. Then they're making manifestation all complicated. Manifestation isn't complicated. The journey at first can seem complicated while you are learning the concept and how it works for you, dealing with your old story and getting past some of that. And you don't actually have to get rid of your old story. You don't even have to deal with your old story. It's just for some people, when they release some of that emotion associated with the old story, guess what? It makes affirming and persisting easier so some people do get their stuff faster if they are really attached to the old story. And whenever they think about the SP or money, they're only thinking negative ass shit. So, I want to be that clear. You don't have to use any of the tools like, Nikki's FU letter, my command letter, EFT tapping, putting things in form of a question. There's just a bunch of things that we do, that distraction that could really help to stay focused, to reduce resistance, etc. Do you have to do all those things? No. Are they helpful? Have they been helpful to a lot of people? Yes. And all of us at the end of the day want to get our stuff faster, get our shit faster, be feeling better during the process, which is why we teach that. But manifestation at its basis is you literally change your dominant thought so that your 3D reality can conform. You literally have repetition of thought, change that thought so your 3D reality can conform, period. That's literally how basic that it is. It's not any more difficult than that. We just tend to make it more difficult while we're learning, while we're going through the journey, and then hearing all these teachers, on the other hand, spewing all this shit that makes us all confused. Let's not be confused. Manifestation, not complicated, simple. Change your thoughts, get your shit. Affirm, persist, just get your fucking shit, period. That's what we say all day long. Rest of it goes in the trash. So that's all I came here to say. And until next time, you know what? I'll talk to you later. Bye.